You can start whenever, bro.
I'll just start. All right. Welcome, people, to another episode. But before we start, we should quickly introduce. We have a special guest today. You may know him as, a sports journalist. A Man United fan. Currently a producer at the Richmond Football Club. I gotta settle this, man. I have to give you all the props, bro. I gotta give you your CV, man. Producer Richmond, sports journalist, founder of Bay Media, and a passionate United supporter. We have Bilal Ali in the building today, bro. What's up, bro? How you going?
Welcome, bro.
Thanks, man. Alhamdulillah, bro. I'm good. I can't complain. You gotta take these defeats as keep rolling. Bro. It's tough week to be a Man United fan.
It is.
Yeah, very tough. All right, before we get to everything, Manchester United. Okay.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like an exciting game, but boy, was it.
Yeah, I had high hopes. I was like, all right, let's get back on track. We lost. We beat Brighton nearly. But before we start, we'll start with the game. 6-1 defeat to Spurs. What are your thoughts, Bilal? Like, what do you notice? What's wrong with with the whole team? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the players. Just go ahead. Cool.
Just wipe me up and go, huh?
Yeah, man, go, man.
There's a lot
We'll start the players first. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with the team right now? What's wrong with personnel?
The actual personnel.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few holes. It's a strange transfer window that's just gone by. Before. A lot of the gaps that the fans can see, analysts can see, journalists can see. The club don't appear to be to be seeing as well, because you got the obviously center defensive midfield role that's being
the DM role, yeah.
And he's how old is he? 55, 60?
Bro, this is all people just working in the coaching staff, bro. There's like no new mentality, bro.
Yeah.
He's getting on, so you start there and you look at that, and not just the fact that we're relying on him, but it's such a pivotal role in the system that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to play. And I say system very loosely because he's not a very tactically inept manager. Tactically adept manager. He's one of those that they say he's a manager and not a coach, and I think he's even admitted that himself. That he's not training ground coach, which is not ideal, especially because his backroom staff don't appear to be backing him up with that too much.
No, I don't think anyone in United is backing him as well. The players, the coaches, even the staff, everyone.
Mike Phelan, who's the who was the assistant coach when he first came in, is actually moonlighting with a role upstairs. So he's kind of the closest thing we have to a technical director. He's not really, but he's kind of in between the football department and the boardroom, along with Nicky Butt, who's also an ex-Man United player. So we have a very, very scattered football setup that's littered with businessmen, accountants, lawyers, not enough football people. So Mike Phelan's doing more of that now and less of the training ground stuff, which he used to do when he was the assistant under Sir Alex Ferguson. And Michael Carrick, I'm not sure about his coaching credentials.
Do you think Ole, and who should get who's to blame, who used to be sacked? Like, do you think the whole thing should be scrapped out, thrown out, or the board out? Ole out, the board. I don't know. What do you think?
The board's not going anywhere. Let's be real. It's one of those things where people keep saying, "Oh, there are 5, 6, 7 problems. Why sack the manager?" And my response to that is always, if you've got 5 problems, why would you not want to get rid of one at least and see if that causes some kind of chain reaction? In terms of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I love the man. I've always adored him. I've watched that goal against Bayern Munich at the Nou Camp about 1 million times. So it would be with a heavy heart that I would see him go, but he's just.
Haven't you ever had enough, bro? Look, because right now I don't see a manager at all. I just see a teacher. It's like he's in class. He's just telling you, hey, just do whatever. You guys just play. Because I would not love that man. I would not love a manager to play. Because Pep, he has a mentality. He looks at the players. He tells them what to do. You do this. You do that. Jurgen Klopp, the same thing. Lampard is putting in that work as well. He's loving them young kids coming up and putting in work in that team. don't do that, Yusuf. You know, Lampard is actually pulling it off nicely with the players he's got.
Lampard is young kids, but then when he got that money, he's like, nah. Hudson-Odoi, no, okay. He doesn't care about young. He wants to win.
But you tell him, like, if you expect a player manager to become good, Arteta is an example. Look what Arsenal is doing right now. They built a system. They're in the same point as Man United. I would just say that before, like 2 seasons ago. But right now, like, you got Ole and Arteta started at the same time. Oh, not the same time, but Arteta came in, like earlier, in the just like before. But Arteta, like, he had no place.
I know, but the thing is with Manchester United is that with what Bilal, going off Bilal said, we don't have coaches who have the tactical nous, who have the coaching ability to coach a system to improve plays. Mike Phelan, he's a dinosaur. Okay, let's be real. He's not the kind of coach that will change a team to help Ole Gunnar Solskjaer improve teams tactically.
Yeah.
Then you have Michael Carrick, who just retired, like recently, not long ago. No experience there. Then you have Kieran McKenna. He's done really well with the youth team, but still not enough experience. Then you have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's been in the game for 10 years as coach. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's the kind of manager that doesn't know how to formulate a tactical principle with the team. He doesn't know how to coach a team properly. It's basically get 11 players, put them together, and just play. There's no philosophy, there's no tactical setup. Do you agree with Bilal? With Ole, he has no tactical nous, or like doesn't know how to coach players. Is that correct?
There's no it's a style of play. It's just like do whatever you want.
I don't see his vision. He's been here since Joe the Stack in 2018 until now. I don't know what Ole is trying to implement. You know, so yeah, I'm not sure.
Look, it's not so much that he doesn't have any system. I agree with you that I agree with you that he's very, very tactically
inept. Yeah.
He's tactically inept, but he's tactically very, very statuesque. He doesn't know how to change a system mid-game. He can't.
Yeah.
I don't think he can coach players to be a different version of themselves. So Martial, he's coached him into being a kind of prolific number 9, and he's improved his build-up play and that kind of thing. But he was already on that trajectory. Mason Greenwood was always a great finisher.
Yeah.
He's coming to the game. He's always a great finisher. But if you actually watch Mason Greenwood carefully, off the ball, he's terrible.
Yeah, he's good.
He's terrible. Yeah. The thing is,
he is as liable as anyone else, and I love that kid. His finishing
is world class. At 18, it's world class already. It already is.
I can watch him all day, but you watch a game closely, and ever since he's become a regular, Wan-Bissaka's been exposed game after game because teams double team him, and he has absolutely nowhere to go. So when you see something like that as a manager, and okay, we have no other options at right wing, so Greenwood has to play. You can't play a midfield pivot of Matic and Pogba, firstly because there are no legs there.
Yeah.
Neither of them are particularly quick. Pogba has a defensive awareness of a centre forward.
Horrible.
And if you're playing them as a midfield too, you cannot expect your fullbacks to play as wing backs, play that high up the pitch, play centre halves as slow as Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. Lindelof's not particularly slow, but he's again
not as slow. He had the pace to make up the distance.
He's slow in his thinking.
Yeah.
Slow in his thinking. He's him. You know what? Him and Eric Bailly have a very similar problem. Whereas Eric Bailly is a bit more switched on. He's a little bit more switched on, but they're both very, very slow to react. If you look at Tottenham's second goal, I believe, their second goal.
Yeah, the one who got the loose ball. That was a bad pass.
Horrible.
Bailly just switched off. So Maguire gives away.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, because the manager, because this season or the past couple of seasons, everybody now has just started playing let the goalkeeper pass the back, and because now everybody is allowed in the box, so they're playing from the back. Man United have like. That's what the managers, the staff are telling him to play from the back when they have no technical ability to play from the back, as like Van Dijk or David Luiz, who they can just ping a ball like that, just give it away, or can just release the ball quicker than them. Right now, you got Harry Kane pressed him, and Bailey didn't even like pick up on that, and that's why they lost the ball and conceded.
Basically Lindelof and Bailly, they're more reactive than proactive. So they react to situations, but they don't have the proactiveness to prevent the issue from occurring in the first place. If you saw what's it called, De Gea screaming at Luke Shaw for that goal against Son, he was screaming at Luke, because the position it went was.
De Gea started yelling at him. It was like, why are you
It's
leaving your position? He was like, I don't know, for something, because he saw Kane open for himself, but that's his job. That's his Pogba or Matic or even Rashford to track back. And guess what? Luke Shaw says, oh, Rashford doesn't want to track back, I'll go to him. And you opened that space for Son to come in.
One thing is that, back to what Bilal said with Ole, is that Ole, he's been coaching them for a long time. Can't he see that Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 with a slow defensive pivot of Matic and Pogba and Greenwood, who basically leaves Wan-Bissaka exposed. Like, can't he see that on the pitch and make adjustments to a different formation, a different tactic? I don't get it, Bilal. What's your opinion on that?
As I said, not very tactically flexible. The only other formation that we played apart from the 4-2-3-1 is a 3-5-2.
And that suited more. That suited more for our players, I think.
Yeah, it was a 3-4-1-2. And that formation, I actually think, with the signing of Alex Telles, is actually one of the more viable formations. And I'd even play Luke Shaw as a left centre back, rather than play all three of Maguire, Lindelof, and Baye. And I think if you are gonna play that formation, or even a 4-2-3-1, honestly, I don't see Pogba in our best 11 anymore.
Exactly. Same.
He's what you would call a liability in terms of our actual setup, and I don't see Solskjaer being flexible enough to fit Pogba and Fernandes in a team that's actually under pressure. Last season, when we were flying and teams were sitting off and we were winning games 3-4-0, it was easy.
Yeah.
But if you watch any kind of game, especially against teams like Crystal Palace, who sit deep and counter-attack, teams like just any team like that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Newcastle do the same thing. They've got Almiron, they've got Saint-Maximin.
Yeah.
Now they've got Callum Wilson. Honestly, when we play Newcastle, I'm worried.
I'm worried. Same. Yeah.
I'm more worried about playing against a team like them than playing a team like Liverpool or City, because a game like that, Ollie just sets up, just sits deep, and that's it. And we just.
Well, why didn't he do that against Tottenham? Because that's like your top six. He's been able to pull it off last season against top six, not getting like a big defeat, but able to score a goal and actually perform well against top six. But it looks like this season's gonna be different, and now he just fell off on that against Tottenham. You know what I mean? Bilal, did you good?
Oh, it's frozen.
He's frozen.
The Wi-Fi, man.
But you know what I mean? Yusuf?
We're just shambles, bro. We're just shambles, and I have to pinpoint particular players in our team that need to be talked about.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka and Maguire have been horrible purchases. Why? Wan-Bissaka is not the kind of player to play in a modern football system of attacking right backs. He has no ball control. He's not able to cross off the ball. Doesn't attack very well. Maguire, slow, gets exposed easily. I don't know. I just think that our whole transfer policy and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's lack of playing style has contributed to us signing players that don't fit a system. If, for example, Poch came in, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka wouldn't even been in the thought of Pochettino, because with Pochettino's system, it requires pace because they were in the centre backs, because we're playing high pressing system, and fullbacks that attack and put crosses in. These players don't fit that system, so I just think that our whole recruitment process has been poor, and I just think that's been highlighted, of our thrashing against Spurs.
So I agree that Maguire wouldn't get anywhere near a Pochettino team.
He wouldn't.
Wan-Bissaka, man, I'd have to disagree with you. I don't think he's been a poor signing. I think he's been utilised pretty poorly.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you bring Wan-Bissaka with a manager that suits that kind of. For example, if a manager wants to play defensive football, sit back, then bring Wan-Bissaka in. But if you bring a Poch in, or an Ole that wants to play attacking football, is Wan-Bissaka the right back? If you're the right, would you rather have gone for a Hakimi, Ashraf Hakimi, or like those kind of players that provide more in attacking third?
Yeah, of course, but man, I hate to break it to you, but we're not in that market anymore, man.
No, you guys are in the market of just buying like first team
Yeah,
players
we
just
don't
straight out of the
really-
bat.
that's
You guys
the
do not
point.
like the problem is with the signings you guys have. It's just first.
No, the thing is, we
You guys
sign
are not
players-
signing like potential players. You guys are just signing like first team players straight away.
When we sign players, we don't sign players that fit a system. We sign players that have a name. We don't find little gems in the transfer market that may not have the star quality name, but will fit our system perfectly. Kieran Trippier was signed by Pochettino at right back from Burnley, but he signed him not because where he's playing from, but because he fit the Poch system. If you get what I mean, like he signs players that he has a vision. I don't care about your name. I care about, do you have the qualities that will make my system better?
Yeah.
He does. That's the thing. That's why I think Poch should come in, and he could buy players that would fit our system, that his system more better. We'll have a more better sort of a philosophical sort of idea of what to do with the team. All the Gunnar Solskjaer is like, get Wan-Bissaka, get Maguire, get James, but none of these players can actually cohesively work together in the team. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just all confusing, in my opinion.
No, look, it's not. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
We sign players and we don't know how to fit them in.
No, I fit them.
That's
Van de Beek, great player.
It's not. In terms of Wan-Bissaka, I'm talking about. Maguire, look, complete write-off. You can't sign Harry Maguire to a team where you're going to press high, because
Exactly.
Think about it. He's as slow as any defender I've ever seen in the Premier League.
But the thing is, if Diego Simeone signed Maguire, it's okay, because we know what Simeone is like. It's perfect for Simeone's system. Sit back, head the ball, use your height to head the ball from cross from out wide. That's it. But Maguire with Pep, Maguire with Klopp, with Pochettino, he will get exposed. That's why you didn't hear Man City were linked with Maguire, but not a lot of teams were going for Maguire because they know Maguire is a liability in defense. But we were dumb enough to sign him while we're trying to advocate play attacking football. So it's just
look, Maguire, honestly, really good in the back three.
At England.
Because it worked out in the World Cup when he was playing with England as well.
Yeah,
that's what made him shine.
Kyle Walker was that right centre back, so he kind of like
he had a coverage,
Yeah, I would play, as I mentioned earlier, Maguire in the middle of a back three and one of our two fullbacks, so either Wan-Bissaka or Luke Shaw in that back three, along with one of Bayo or Lindelof. Look, I hate Lindelof, so
the thing with Lindelof is that physically he gets dominated easily by strikers.
No, he's poor. He's very
poor. Like
his defensive awareness was actually exposed by Martial in the international break. I don't know if you saw France versus Sweden. Martial got in behind him and Lindelof fell.
I did see clips here of Lindelof. His positional awareness was.
So if his own teammate is exposing him like that, it shows you that the problem is with Lindelof. It's not just the system. Like even on international duty, he's doing the same thing. Look, with Solskjaer, the bottom line is he's not tactically up to the standard of Manchester United. That's the bottom line. He's the type of manager that the board can kind of place there and chill.
He's like a puppet. Basically.
Because he's not going to put pressure on them.
No.
He's not gonna moan if he doesn't get the signings like Sancho. Now, if that was Jose, that
different.
Look, I can't stand Jose, but I'll give him props. When he wants someone, he lets everyone know.
And
if the board's not getting him, he'll let the media know. If the media is not doing if the print media is not doing it, he'll tell the TV media.
Everyone.
But he'll go for himself. But he'll go to Sancho himself and pick him up.
Yeah, with Ole is two things. Like you said, Bilal, is that when he wants someone, he won't pressure anyone. Do you think if Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho were if they were coaches of United, do you think they'll be quiet if they wanted a player?
No.
They will start screaming to every press conference, to every interview, demanding the transfers. And secondly, can you imagine Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a Champions League game away to Juventus and have the tactical ability to navigate that game? That's scary. I'm scared of that. I'm always scared of us going away to.
You guys are playing a PSG.
More intelligent European teams, because in Europe, in Premier League, you can get away with it a little bit. But in Europe, you're going against teams that are tactically more developed, like your Italian teams. They are very tactically smart teams. Your Spanish teams, your German teams, we will get exposed horribly because in the Champions League we have Leipzig, right?
Yeah.
And
we're going up against they have a system. They have everything they need.
System. Yeah. So we're going up against one of the best tacticians in Europe, in Nagelsmann, and I just think we get exposed for.
I wanna ask you guys
like tactical and attitude.
I wanna ask you guys. You know the red card on Martial got, was that a red card, or both of the players should be sent off, or both of them yellow card? Because honestly, I think both of them should have got a yellow card because they both did a 50-50 equally.
Yeah.
I honestly, all biases aside, what Lamela did was a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He punched him in the throat.
Yeah. And then what did Maguire say? You know that little, I think I saw on Twitter where Maguire said, "Oh, Maguire agreed that Martial should be sent off," and Rashford was like, "What do you mean?" Lamela hit him in the throat, basically.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Oh, my dude.
Yeah, Martial was petty. It was a petty kind of like slap on the lips, basically. And it was so blatant that Lamela was like, whoa, and then he
went on the ground. Yeah. What?
If you're sitting in the VAR booth and you're looking at that and thinking,
that's the thing, bro. Look, referees are ridiculous this season, bro. They have the boxing in there on the side of the pitch. They could easily just walk up and check. They don't check. That's the issue. The League One, all the referees check. The Spanish league, they check. The Bundesliga, they check. Every foul every call they make, or every VAR they said this happened, they go check for themselves. But the Premier League, they just think that, because I have experience in the Premier League, I've played in this for years. I don't really need to check that. I got my own mindset, and that just that doesn't make you biased. The only way you can become a biased referee if you go check the VAR box that's set up just specifically for you, so you can make sure you're making the right decision. But guess what? Martial got sent off. Lamela got a yellow card, which is ridiculous.
It's been 2 yellows. It honestly wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. The referee kind of, Anthony Taylor, I'm not a fan of. He's one of those that just likes to make the game about him. Same with Mike. Mike Dean.
What's the other guy? What's the other referee that everything, was it Dean? What's his name? Mike Dean.
Yeah.
Mike Dean.
Oh, he's a prick. I hate him, man. Everything about him, man. It's just. But quickly, I'll just quickly go through our fixture list. And Bilal, I want your opinion on this, alright? Newcastle away, Paris Saint-Germain away, Chelsea home, Leipzig home, Arsenal home, Everton away. Do you see us getting through that period? Do you think Ole will be in a job? Because I think not. I don't think no. I don't. That's.
We can go through them one at a time, and I'll tell you how.
Newcastle. Okay, so Newcastle. I'm scared. What's your take, too?
It's like I said earlier. Newcastle's scary. And I never thought I'd say that, but it shows you the state of the club at the moment. And look, I'm a positive person in general, but if we go into that game and concede first, it'll be bad. But we're so tactically inept in terms of actually breaking down a team that sits deep, and this is why I think Van der Beek needs to play.
But does Ole know how to Van der Beek though?
Going backwards, defend.
Yeah.
Does Ole know how to Van der Beek?
Sorry?
Would Ole know how to use Van der Beek? Because Van der Beek is such a technical footballer. Would you trust Ole to know how to properly utilize Van der Beek? That's my question.
I don't think Ole gets the most out of most players. Maybe the front line, because he was a striker, but he will be a forward coach.
You know what I feel like? I feel like United.
Short answers, I don't think he'll get the best out of him. But Van der Beek is a very, very clever footballer. I think you put him in that team, you put him alongside Matic, and you give him a license to go forward when a team is sitting deep, and he can play off the shoulder of the midfielder.
Do you think?
Play 1-2s. He's a lot quicker up here than what.
I think that's what our team like. I think what United like is tactically intelligent footballers. Yeah. Van der Beek fits that to a T. And I think Van der Beek is best position is in that 10 position, right? Making runs beyond striker. Because Ajax made those.
Is the 10, but he's not going to play 10 because Bruno at the moment is
taking over that role. Yeah.
But Van der Beek, in that position would be so like.
I feel like United after that game against Brighton and the start of the season against Crystal Palace and then losing against Tottenham. If I was a United fan, I would be scared for every game that I play.
I would.
Every game that I play, I would be scared because I have no hope of what Ole can produce for the team. Look, he has the players. that he needs. Man United, any manager, the manager will come through to the club. The players already there set that they can choose and do what to do and put their system in place into that team. But because Ole doesn't have no system, the players are all over the place. Luke Shaw running to the forward, another coming back, Rashford not tracking back, Wan-Bissaka getting turned over. Like United need, honestly, stuff the board. The boards are not leaving, but I think if any manager needs to come in, it's going to be Pochettino, and he should have got sacked after that game. But guess what? Liverpool overshadowed that match. Overshadowed that match, as we're gonna move on to Liverpool.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
It would have been a bigger story had Liverpool not lost.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Liverpool 7-2. Oh my days. That game.
It would have been a much bigger story if Liverpool hadn't lost 7-2. But
I know.
That loss made my day. So,
honestly, Liverpool's like, you know what?
Exactly,
hey, you know what?
Liverpool,
hey, Ole.
Liverpool needed to get back in that reality a little bit.
Let's be honest. Liverpool's like, you know what? I need to save Ole's job. Like I ain't trying to let him leave. That's not so. Like, hold my beer. Let's just concede 7-2. But honestly,
it was actually
what'd you say? Yeah, you're lagging a bit.
Yeah, it was actually sabotage. It was sabotage from Liverpool.
Yeah.
That they knew that if the big news story the next day was United losing 6-1, Oli would get sacked.
Yeah.
Pochettino would come in and we'd win the league. So they thought,
Yeah.
we got to do this.
Smart.
We got to take one for the league. We got to cop this 7-2, and then the next day, Solskjaer will keep his job.
That's smart. That's very.
But honestly, Liverpool, what they played on that day, bro, after the 5th goal second half, I straight away went to bed. Because I did an all-nighter as well, to be honest. I watched the Chelsea game, the Arsenal game, the United game, and I'm still struggling to see the Liverpool game. And once that 5th goal went in, I was back into bed, bro. Like, I couldn't be asked watching it.
I watched the whole United game, but I don't know about all-nighters, man. I'm getting old. 20.
Yeah, those 4 a.m. games are getting peak.
Yeah,
they are getting peak.
Yeah.
I don't.
Now, because it was a good run of fixtures, like the Chelsea, then the Arsenal, then the Tottenham game, and then the.
Now, when I finished watching that United game, and I saw the next fixture, Liverpool, I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, that's what I said. I would just left
and I'm
it.
like, 7 goals conceded against Aston Villa, who finished.
Yeah, but
that makes sense.
The defense.
I watched the mini match. It was just amazing.
It was amazing for every United fan. They're coming out of the show. Oh wait, can I still talk shit about Liverpool? Are we in the clear?
It's like with Liverpool, like this is an anomaly. I don't think it'll happen again. This is like a freak result. But I do think that the Liverpool pressing is getting a bit too crazy. Like
yes.
Now your offside trap is looking a bit dodgy now.
Yeah.
You know how many times Villa players went through on goal?
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous because
also Arnold and Gomez are looking a bit suspect on that right side, just a little bit.
You got to understand with Liverpool, it's a minor system tweak. They can tweak it, and it'll be problem solved.
Yeah, obviously, I understand.
It's not like with United where it's a systemic issue. Like I was saying to you guys pre-show, like if we look at United's loss, it's been building up, and you can kind of see something like this coming, as shocking as it is. But with Liverpool, it's like, whoa, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just that the defense.
Every goal was kind of like a jolt to the system. Whereas United, it was more like twisting in the knife, like a bit more blunt.
Yeah.
Every time it was just like a little bit more, just twisting in the knife. And this is how bad this club is right now.
Yeah.
Liverpool, it was like, whoa, what?
Yeah. No, honestly, I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool got way too comfortable being the champions, and the defense is just like just got way too comfortable. I'm just saying that because how like last season we were working hard, to get that trophy that I won in the bag. But like Liverpool with the defense, Gomez, you know what, Gomez did alright. I'm not gonna blame him, but the right side, they're looking peak. It happened against Leeds and we conceded 3 goals. Trent and Van Dijk, they need to sort this shit out. And Adrian, I swear to God, bro, one more time I hear you saying, look what I did for this club, Super Cup, FIFA World Cup, and the Premier League. Adrian, every time on Twitter, he's just showing off I come to the club and look what I did.
You can't blame him. It's the biggest club he'll ever play for.
Yes, I know.
That's the only thing you're associated with. So
but the thing is, he did not do anything. We set him up, and he just came Liverpool did the whole homework. and you just coming in like, yeah, I did that, you know, that was my work right
I have
there.
a question, Ahmed. I have a question. Do you think the reason why, like, obviously, I feel like the Premier League title is going to Liverpool again.
Yeah.
Champions League, you have a good claim.
Yeah.
But do you think that Liverpool are kind of lacking the motivation to go again? They have the motivation, but
No, look, I think
because Liverpool, the way they are a team that are inspired by motivation, by
yeah,
passion.
yeah, of course,
by,
of course, of course.
But do you think since they won the Champions League, the Premier League, like that what's that word, like complacency has set into the club where like
Look,
you're kind
I think
comfortable and you're a bit like
look, Jurgen Klopp, when he first came to the club, he said, if I don't win anything in the first 5 years, I'm leaving. In the first 5 years, if I don't win anything for the club, I'm leaving. And guess what? In the fourth year, the third year, he was able to pull off a.
No, but can they continue?
That's what I'm gonna lead up to. Because he already won the Champions League, which he couldn't do with Dortmund, and he won the Premier League, which Liverpool couldn't do with any other manager. He thinks that he's completed he's completed history for Liverpool. Like, he doesn't have to do anything else. But with the new signings that we have, I feel like that boosted our morale. That we have more confidence of going forward. Maybe trying to beat the record of Man City back-to-back Premier Leagues, and moving on, maybe going back-to-back, not back-to-back, but another Champions League as well. But
I prefer you guys win another Premier League. Back-to-back Premier League is more important for you guys.
Yeah, back-to-back Premier League will be very nice. Because if we get Premier League again, I swear, like that will everybody in the football world forget about the 30 years, you know, 30 years
you have
of not winning the Premier League.
To be a Premier League all-time great, you have to do it at least a couple times, 3 times, just to make sure, like, okay, you're alright.
Yeah, like we're set. Our like legacy set for the future. Yeah. But other than the talk about the commitment the club has, Adrian, I'm telling you, that guy is something else. I know I can't blame half the stuff that he did, but most of it was Adrian's fault. Okay, look, if the defense has fallen off, what is the goalkeeper's job to do? Is to put in the work that he can save these goals. No, what he does, he puts the touchpad on the FIFA controller and moves it to the right instead of defending the ball coming in at him. Like, I don't know what the guy's thinking.
Yeah, what happened was his position, like, you're not goalkeeper, you're supposed to position yourself like not too close to this post. He's basically like so far to the left.
Yeah, I know. He thinks that he's stretch man from the Fantastic Four. Like, he can stretch his arm and save it. Or he's one of those Japanese movie soccers where they can jump and do karate kicks and kick the ball out. No, you're not. You're not the best in the world. You're just coming in, getting all the glory for no reason at all. But you have to pull up. Alisson's out for 6 weeks, which is 6 weeks apparently. Who the hell took Alisson's out? He got a shoulder injury. Like, I don't understand. In the training, it's just in shambles. Like, Sadio Mane, hopefully he's come back, you know, recovers from COVID-19. Thiago, I think he will come back straight away, maybe after the international break. Salah is putting in the work, because he was the only person who was working hard, Salah was trying to put in the goals, like trying to bring the game back. Firmino, I don't know, that man is dead. Jota, you know,
Firmino is the...
He's a little fallen off. It's you know, like, you know what I mean. He had too much to party. He was first in last week.
What do you guys call him? You guys call him a deep playmaking.
No, he's a defensive striker, bro. That's what I call him. I call him a defensive striker, bro. He always comes back. If the defense doesn't do the job, Firmino's doing the job, bro. I'm telling you.
If you say social media, like, fans say the most technical words of, like, he's like a deep lying, you know, false 9, inverted, trequartista, false 9. I'm like, no, he's a striker, okay?
Yeah. But what do you think of that?
He is a false 9.
He is a false 9, but it's getting too crazy, the terms now. It's like it's getting too crazy.
With Firmino, his whole game is reliant on Salah and Mane playing well. You can't stick him into a mid-table team or a bottom-half team. He'd look extraordinary.
Yeah.
You know, not extraordinary, extraordinary.
Yeah.
Even more ordinary than ordinary. You know, so he's one of those players where, you know, in a great team, okay, he'd probably even be really good. He'd be really good at City as well. He might have been decent at United, but you put him in a team with bang average wingers, and he's terrible. You know, so
you mean world class wingers, yeah? No, not bang average. World class wingers.
No, it's not world class. For me, a world class player is a player you can take at Liverpool, put him in another team, and he will bang.
Yeah.
With Firmino, he's a system player.
Yeah.
The system. He's that system.
Yeah, of course. But I think
Firmino's been found out this year only because he's goalless streaks are getting longer and longer.
Mm.
He's never been a goal scorer. It's like kind of blaming a midfielder for not scoring goals. But what irks me is when people say things like, "Oh, you can't improve on this front three." No, you can't improve on Mane, Salah, and Firmino, and they add Firmino's name in that, and I say, you can't improve on Firmino.
You can.
No, I think the transfer market before the transfer market closed, I think we should have got a striker that will put pressure on Firmino to actually do something in the team. Because Origi's not going to put pressure. Diogo Jota, I'm saying look, Diogo Jota is like a replacement for Mane or Salah playing on both wings.
I'll be honest. I think Liverpool were in for the wrong Liverpool. So for the wrong German player, I think Kai Havertz would have been.
Havertz.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, he's amazing as well. Like he could play striker, he could play cam, he could play CDM. Like that kid has.
He would have Havertz would have
fit the system.
False nine.
Yeah.
False nine. He would have played like.
But guess what? Jurgen Klopp want to get Timo Werner, which is.
But Timo Werner would have done well at Liverpool.
Yeah, but what kind of system? Wide, of course.
Wide goal scoring, goal winger.
Yeah,
but done well.
I don't think Werner would have worked out as well at Liverpool.
Really?
He wouldn't have started. It would be maybe a backup for Mane. If Firmino's not playing well, he'd come on to stretch the game.
But do you think Werner would suit Liverpool better? Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea suits him.
No.
I think Chelsea suits him really well.
Yeah, but after what? Really? After 4 games in the pre-season, he's not performing well.
He looks a bit bland. He looks a bit boring.
Werner will ban.
Really? I have my reservations about Werner a little bit.
Look. If I'm honest, bro, I think Tammy Abraham has just performed better than him in that last game against Crystal Palace.
Nah.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Giroud is better. I rate Giroud.
No, Giroud is a world class backup. Come on. He's a world class backup.
He's one of those players where he's versatile, so you can play him with another striker, so you can play him off the left. Giroud, I think, would work well with him.
Perfect. Yeah.
Tammy with a bit better build-up play would work really well with him. But then you stick him up front by himself, especially if Havertz is on the right of him, it's not going to work out. If he plays well with Havertz, if he finds a way to link up well, Havertz going behind him a little bit, play, get that interplay going, then I think that could be a danger.
I think they have all the time in the world.
At Leipzig, he always played with a partner, 4-4-2 with Paulson. He played with a partner always. So I'm like, he needs a target man like Giroud to hold the ball, to occupy the defenders, and he can make those running behind.
What do you call it? But Havertz, Havertz and Werner, they can play. They have all the time. Because look, they're both Germans. They have a time to link up in Germany, playing in the Euros or the Nations Cup, whatever these leagues they have, or the friendlies. They have enough time to play together and try to get the link up done and dusted in a week, or maybe give it a month, and they might pull up something. But Havertz, I'm telling you, right now he's performing more better than Werner. As a striker or wing.
If Lampard gets the system right, and before you guys were talking about Lampard being, great with young kids and stuff, that's where be a kindergarten teacher.
Exactly, yeah. I know. But do you think the whole kids thing was a ploy?
World class manager. I think Lampard gets away with a lot because
No, but do you think? Hey, do you know in his first season? Do you know how everyone's like, oh, Lampard, he's an advocate for the young players, for the youngsters. Do you think that was done because he had no players to sign, basically?
He had no choice.
When he got a transfer window, he's like, I don't care about you guys anymore. I'm bringing in Werner, Havertz.
I think that's unfair.
And also at Chelsea, Roman, who doesn't care about, he wants results, he wants trophies, he wants success. He has no time for bloody young players, so.
That's what I was going to say. Roman Abramovich doesn't care about kids.
He doesn't care about Hudson-Odoi and development. He doesn't care.
Lampard, I think it'd be hard to say Lampard doesn't care because he's stuck with Mason Mount. He's given Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, of course. He bought Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham from Derby.
But this is a lot for Mason Mount. It's getting too much. It's getting a bit too much now. It's like.
Wait. Yeah, this is interesting. Do you rate Mason Mount because he divides a lot?
Yes,
I rate Mason Mount. He's a very good, energetic. He presses a lot. He can score goals here and there, but he's not. He's not.
Look, he's a potential. He's like a Foden in Man City. He's just. No.
Foden has more technical ability than.
I know, but look, if he Foden, he has no pressure from the manager or other players to pressure him to take his spot. Because why? He's filling in David Silva's spot when he left.
No,
but wait, give me a second. Mason Mount, he has a pressure. He has Havertz coming into the club. He has Ziyech coming into the club, which can take his position. And any other midfielders, Kovacic, Kante, because before the transfer, he had a spot. He was going to play every game. Until he made Lampard's like, yeah, mate, you can just play in the under 21s. I still got the players that I just got that I need for the club.
With Foden is more technically a better footballer than Mason. Like he has more technical ability about him. Like his passing, movement.
Foden has the potential to be a generational talent.
He is, but not Mount. Mount is basically like a bit like Lingard. He's
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, Bilal, Ahmed, listen. Let me land. They're similar in that they're very good pressers off the ball. They have good movement and they can score or goal here and there. I'm not talking about as in their careers. I'm talking about in the playing style. Mason Mount's playing style, he's not like a wonderful, he's not gonna dribble past play. He's not gonna score he's not like that kind of player to get off his seat. He's a very effective player in a correct system. That's all. He's very effective in a system that you.
Mason Mount, if you play him as an 8 or you play him as a 10, he's very, very effective.
He's effective.
Wide, he's not as effective. Lingard plays as a 10, but he doesn't assist or score goals.
He does, yeah, but then Mason Mount, it doesn't strike me as an assist. He's not like a assister. He's not kind of tend to do just in behind through balls. But
you gotta give it time. But look,
he presses and scores.
But I feel like he has a potential to become one of those things. Yes, Foden has those technical abilities. But look, Mason and
Foden are the only generational talents.
No, but Mason Mount, Mason Mount is not gonna get an opportunity this year with the Ziyech and Havertz taking that spot.
He's not.
I'm just saying, he's not.
In terms of young talents, yeah, Greenwood and Foden are up there.
Different level.
Mount is probably
the same generation as Trent and Wan-Bissaka and them lot. Yeah.
No. Trent. I think Trent is a bit Trent is like.
He's already experienced. He's already experienced.
Wait. Can I say I don't think of Trent as a young player anymore.
No. Same. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't say anything else.
No, that's what I said. He's already experienced player. He's a top class player.
We don't want that. Oh, Lingard is still Lingard. Lingard. No, right?
Anyways, we move on.
When I think of Trent, I don't think of him as a generational youngster.
No.
I can't really think of him as a baller.
Yeah, of course, yeah, baller. Yeah.
Baller.
Top class, probably one of the top 3 right backs in the world.
Yeah, of course, yeah. If I was gonna put Trent, I'll put him in the bracket of Mape or those generation, not generation, but what do you call that? Future.
Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho in that class as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, one thing. What's your okay, let's quickly talk about the transfer window. All right. So it was yesterday. The deadline was yesterday, and every team has sort of brought in their players. We'll start off quickly with United, the shambles that we are. We were linked with Sancho for the longest part, every single day. Sancho to United, Sancho.
I knew in September that it wasn't gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, before I go on to United, I just wanted to touch on Liverpool's back four because earlier I was lagging a little bit when you guys were talking.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's all good. Now, what you wanted to say about Liverpool's back four?
Yeah. Only thing I'd say is when you talk about their offside trap, one of the things that they kind of look. I'm not gonna tell you Jurgen Klopp had a coach. One of the things they kind of didn't adapt to is every time they were running behind, no one in that back line said to drop 5 meters.
Yeah.
Just drop 5 meters, and I think that comes down to the actual superstardom of managers like Jurgen Klopp, like Pep Guardiola.
Arrogance.
Not arrogance. It gets to a point where their leaders on the pitch don't actually correct things that the managers can't see. Because if you think about the manager's view of a game, he's on the sideline. It's probably the worst view you could actually have.
Yeah. One example with City, I think Fernandinho was Pep's he's
he was main centre back last season. Yeah.
Do you think Fernandinho was?
Company was that man. Company was that man in his defense.
And what about Fernandinho? Because I think Fernandinho, he's so pivotal in the way they play. When they make tactical fouls, he was basically his brains on the pitch.
He leads the press on the pitch. He knows how to break a
He's
tackle.
smart. Like he's intelligent. He's intelligent. Very intelligent.
With the back line of look, the second half, Gomez got taken off, and Fabinho was taking that position, and he chucked on Minamino, which I didn't really understand, because it wasn't Gomez's fault. It's not going to the left side. It was going to the right side.
The right side was
open,
bruv.
and at the same time, look, we need to clock over balls. We need to watch when they're gonna hit the ball over, because the defense, like not a lot of teams have done it. Until I got surprised by Aston Villa just smacking four goals, and Watkins hat trick against Liverpool on his day. It felt like a debut for him. He's a baller. Out of nowhere.
He was a gunner.
But look, Van Dijk
Watkins, he was left wing and he went striker.
He went striker, yeah.
Hat tricks, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, when Van Dijk, I told him, look, Van Dijk he's the captain. He is the captain's defense. He is the one managing the defense. Push up, go down, go left, come back, yeah. And when I was looking at those goals, the offside trap didn't work. Because look, everyone's in line, and it's only that one player is just an inch behind. It's, like, you can't really blame that inch behind because he's trying to catch up. But at the same time, you had that defensive mind last season. We only lost 3 games because our defense was just only straight, and everybody was moving together. For some reason this season, everybody had a party and too much to drink, and everybody is going up and down.
Now I think back to Bilal's point, I think it's important that it shows the importance of having a tactical leader on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
having your it just shows.
There are 2 things with the offside trap. One is a lack of time on the training field, training pitch this series because this season. We went to the NBA finals.
So do you listen to Jose Mourinho's documentary, All or Nothing?
All or Nothing.
I haven't watched the Jose show. I can't stand him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I love him.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
I love Jose.
Yeah, his time at United.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so the offside trap. There are 2 things. One is a lack of time on the training pitch. The other is body position, and this is where it kind of gets a bit technical, where with attackers running in behind, they're always side on, yeah. So they can drop or they can go.
Yeah.
With the defender, you're going to be side on. If you're this way,
return your body. Yeah.
If you're this way, it's harder to make sure you're all in line. Because if you're all in line this way, you're going to be looking a bit strange. Which is why when teams play offside traps, they're always standing forward, and it's difficult once someone's in behind, a very very quick player's in behind, and someone's broken the offside trap, to actually turn around and get back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the one thing that Liverpool weren't doing very well the other day, where every time they played the exact same offside trap, they all stepped up. Maybe one fell a little bit back, and as soon as the offside trap was broken, no one could get back. You see Jack Grealish's goal; he was in acres of space.
Yeah, look. He got a hat trick of assists in 2 goals, and Barty's hitting that banger.
The thing with Liverpool is that your issues can be solved by one training session, Klopp explaining what to do.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But with United, for example, it is from top to bottom. It's like, that's the difference between Liverpool and United.
I don't know if you still want me to talk about the transfer market.
Yeah, but look, the transfer market, I have no what the hell was United thinking, bro. Your top priority should have been Koulibaly. That's it. Yeah. Koulibaly or holding midfielder. Just someone.
I would have rather got in a DM and a centre back and not Sancho if I was the.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously, yeah. You don't need Sancho. When I'm thinking about Sancho fitting into the team, there's no look. It looks good, but how's it gonna work with Ole's system? That's
one thing. Can I say one thing? How many marquee signings have United signed? I'll go through all the marquee signings. Falcao, Di Maria, Sanchez, Depay, Mkhitaryan, kind of Pogba. Have they succeeded at United? Yes or no?
I can't think of one of them being a success.
Yeah, if you bring Sancho in, I feel like he will join that crew of high. I think how many times high players for high money, high potential, they come in, they die. We're a graveyard. We're a graveyard basically for top level. We just are. It's just when it comes to die. And also one more thing, how many players have come to United and look worse? One, what's it called? Maguire at Leicester wasn't that bad.
He was good.
He was good. He came to United different. Like we always seem to make plays crapper than it. I don't know. It's just what's about something at United that we make plays worse than what they were before. I don't understand.
But Pogba was actually world class in Juventus. He was
like,
picking the ball, scoring, banging goals. Comes to United, look what he's doing.
He was slow. No, Maguire was always slow, but he was deficiency was he had Ndidi at Leicester that was like an athletic. Ndidi is an athletic freak. He can cover so much ground. He's tall, lanky, he can do everything. But when it comes to United, we just don't know how to properly coach players and put them in the right positions, sign the right players, and that's how players when they come to United they just die basically. Yeah. Their careers go away basically.
Yeah, I would have signed the number 6 as the top priority for sure.
Yeah.
You can't have Matic playing the whole season. It's unreal. Look,
I can't watch him again.
You know who I rate? Who I rate? Fred.
Who?
I Fred.
Fred is the thing about Fred is that he's so energetic. He presses. Yeah. He's so nimble. He's so agile. Like I like that kind of player personally.
I rate him very, very highly. He reminds me of when John O'Shea was playing and holding it down for us. You could put Fred on a team's number 10.
Yeah.
And he just like all game. He'd keep him quiet all game.
John O'Shea at midfield. That's that's tactical. That's tactical.
But honestly, like you guys, I don't know, for some reason, like your priorities is just weird, bro. You signed Cavani. I know, look, Cavani. Okay, I understand. He's free. You know what? Just chuck him into the club. Backup striker. 2 young kids. One kid, we don't know who. Diallo, we know who he is. Plays for Atlanta, but he's coming in next year.
I know, but they have a combined appearance of two matches.
Yeah, I know. It's just ridiculous.
So what's going on? We need players not for the future. We need players today.
But look, left back. Look, your left back is sorted. Your left back is sorted, right? Alex Telles, he's a good left back. We'll see how he does. If is he gonna dig his own grave at United, or is he gonna be shining like an angel when he plays the game? We'll see. But your priority signings has been ridiculous.
I know, but with our priority signing is that we can see as fans left back, centre back, central defensive midfield, right wing, and striker were our issues, right?
Yeah.
That's our positions. So I don't understand how the board can look at our problems and not solve that. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. It's like, and who's making the decisions? Is it Woodward that makes the decisions in transfer? Is that right? Is it Woodward?
Woodward with Matt Judge. Yeah.
But do they?
Yeah, they're both what you would call academics or from business background. The problem is,
no, but it's like why do they have a banker? Why do they have a business-minded people working in a footballing decisions? Like why are they putting them in that role? It's like getting like I don't know, like a baby to do it. It's like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work.
How would you know the price, the tags? Where the tags are ridiculous. Of your whole team is at least over 30 mil. Your whole team.
30
no
mil.
one has been invested. No one has been.
30 mil for a 17-year-old. I think 17-year-old that has made 2 appearances in his whole entire career.
Yeah.
30 million.
It's 20 mil with 10 million add-on. Still.
But that's a lot. That's kind of.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of money. But at the same time, what do you call it? Cavani, is he gonna be your main striker? Because I know Martial would not want to play on the wing at all.
No, Cavani's coming in as a backup.
Backup,
yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, you mentioned before our 5 problem areas.
Yeah.
And if you're ranking those, you'd have right wing as probably the 4th priority, you know, and striker as the 5th even.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even say striker was the problem area at all. Because if you bring a winger in, then Greenwood can play back up to the right winger or to the striker.
Yeah.
Striker wasn't even a problem area. If you're looking at, if I'm ranking them, I'd say CDM top priority, centre back 2nd, left back 3rd. Because honestly, Luke Shaw is not the best, but is not our biggest problem. And then you have the right winger. You'd say, yeah, I guess, it's important we bring in a right winger so Greenwood could actually develop and become a striker.
Yeah.
And then you say the striker is the last priority.
Yeah.
And let's look at who we've actually signed. We've signed
your last signing became your first signing. That's ridiculous.
In January. What were the other positions?
Van de Beek?
We've signed a left back. Van de Beek is centre mid. We didn't need. we didn't need.
Doesn't make sense. So Mitch, like, what is going on?
So
We're not like people who work at the DOS or like director of football, but we as trying to know this the issues. We know, we can see like.
Yeah, so if you're looking at those positions ranked in order of importance, we've gone the other way.
Yeah.
So we've signed a striker, we've signed the right winger who played what was it, 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
We've signed a centre mid who can't play at CDM.
Can't play anyway. If those players are still in the squad.
Back, which was not in our top 2 priorities, and we haven't come anywhere near a centre defensive mid.
Yeah.
Do you ever have
do you think, Bilal, do you think our transfer policy should match who's the manager? For example, if you bring in what Ole wants, and if Poch comes in, maybe we should create a transfer according to managers' wants and their philosophy. So I think transfers should be put on hold until we figure out a new manager. Because if a Poch comes in, he doesn't want Wan-Bissaka. He will get rid of Matic. He'll get rid of James. He'll get rid of McTominay. He doesn't want these plays basically. So
and that's what Tottenham did when I was watching the documentary when Mourinho came in control of Tottenham, and when Harry Kane got injured, Son got injured, everyone was injured. He said, I want Bergwijn to become a new signing. I want Gedson Fernandes, because our midfield was lacking. I want who else did he sign? Højbjerg, like another midfield boost, and Ndombele. Ndombele came with Pochettino, but
he wanted it was Doherty, Højbjerg, Reguilon, Bale.
And Levi, he understood. He in the documentary, you can see them communicate to each other. What do you need? Who do we keep? Who do we sell? And
Mourinho, but I think Mourinho is the kind of manager that, before he came to Spurs, he's like, I'm not signing a contract unless you give me guarantees I can spend money.
Okay, that's good. Like, you need managers like that. Ole is just a quiet boy in class. He's like, I can do that for you. Yeah, I can do that for you. You can do my homework. You can do my homework. That's what he does.
Do you know? I started to get angry at Ole every time when I watch the match. He's always sitting in the stands, looking at his computer on the side, crossing his legs. What's he doing? I don't get that. It pisses me off. I want to punch the television.
Look. He wouldn't be doing that if the fans were in the stadium. I'll tell you that right now. If the fans were in the stadium, they would have yelled at him. What are you doing?
They would have started throwing stuff at him.
Yeah, of course.
I remember when Al used to cop it a lot for sitting and watching. But yeah, Solskjaer is getting away with a lot. Look, the thing is, with Ole, I mentioned earlier, he's not a tactical manager. He's not going to change the game from the sidelines anyway. But at least pretend that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
At least pretend that you're trying to motivate the players. And you've got Mike Phelan actually does it. So he stands.
What do they do? Like the whole coaching stuff. What's their role? What do they do? Like what are they doing? They're a bunch of sidemen. They're sidemen. They're not alpha. They're just like happy to be there. All the guys on social looks like. Whenever I see him walking to Old Trafford, he always like, wow. It's like he's happy just to be at Old Trafford. He doesn't carry himself as a proper elite little manager like
It's ridiculous.
He's definitely in a situation where he needs the club more than they need him.
Exactly.
And he's not gonna do anything to jeopardize his position at the club. So he's not gonna agitate for transfers. He's not gonna say anything negative about the board.
Yeah.
I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wakes up every morning, checks his emails, and sees there's no emails from Woodward sacking him. Like, yes, another day. Job basically every day.
Probably. Well, look, even the circumstances in which he came into the club, he basically came in as a manager on loan from another club, which I've never seen before. Coming in from Molde, and they said, yeah, you can keep him till the end of the season, and then if you want, you can give him back. If not, you can keep him.
Manchester United signed a coach from Molde on loan. The biggest revenue in the world.
First of all, sign a coach from Molde. That's that on its own, and then say on loan. And then it becomes even more.
What did he do with Cardiff? When he got to the Premier League, what did he do with Cardiff when he got to the Premier League?
Got relegated.
What happened?
He got relegated. What else? What else is there?
That Cardiff team was going down anyway. To be fair.
It was, but still, 10 years in management, and it's Cardiff and Molde in his CV. That's basically his whole career.
We covered Man United. I know you guys had enough talking about it and just being depressed about it. We'll talk about Liverpool signings: Jota, Thiago, and Timiskas. Timiskas.
I
I think he's a good he's a good backup good backup for Robertson, because I know Nico Williams is a backup for Trent whenever he's injured. Which I think he has potential to become not another Trent, but he has the potential of developing under Trent or under Jurgen Klopp and showing him how to play. Thiago, beautiful signing. We needed a playmaker, and we have a playmaker that can play the ball. Because we have to depend on Firmino.
He's like a secret weapon. You bring up.
Yeah, secret weapon. We have to depend on Firmino making those plays, starting those plays. When Thiago can move the spaces and going around and passes those balls or ping those balls. And Jota, which is a surprise signing, which I did not understand, but I do understand in the perspective of putting pressure on Firmino if he doesn't play striker. If he's not performing, and Salah will move to striker position, Mane go on the right and Jota on the left. But so overall, Liverpool did a good signing. Like the players they needed, but I feel like they needed a centre back since Lovren was sent out, which I think we needed a centre back because Matip. He was good, but I think we needed another centre back, to be honest.
I don't think so. I think with Fabinho's ability to play there.
Yes, and yeah, Fabinho. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And Matip and Gomez. I think you're fine unless there's a massive injury crisis. I think you're fine. In terms of Liverpool's midfield, it's a bloody scary prospect now, isn't it?
If for me, like I'm starting midfield is gonna be Keita, Fabinho, and Thiago. Those three.
Thiago,
Henderson.
Playing with Fabinho and one other. I mean, take your pick. Wijnaldum, Keita, Henderson. I mean, Milner's obviously, is
come on, he's the GOAT, best player in the league.
Nah,
Liverpool have leaders. Henderson, Milner. They have leaders in their squad. That's not like Liverpool. They have leaders. They have people with big mentality.
Yeah, not to mention Van Dijk as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Van Dijk. Yeah.
And you've got I think Jota's a great signing. To be honest, I think when you weigh up how 240 he is, he can play on the right or on the left.
Yeah.
And he can play at the centre forward as well. I think it's a fantastic signing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a team that has a clear transfer strategy, basically.
Yeah. I think Jurgen Klopp did like a perfect signing that he needed that would fit the system. Jota was actually understanding. Saar would have been also a great option. Who was Werner? I didn't really understand Werner like in that position. Havertz would be.
I swear, Ahmed, I don't rate Werner. I'll be honest, I don't rate him.
No, the only rate people only rate him because of the start of last season.
I watched him. Yeah. I watched him a couple of times. The way he plays, it's a bit like there's nothing special. Like I can't see anything like that. Wow, okay, that's a player. I don't know. Like Ziyech, I can tell Ziyech is crossing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Shooting, he's playing.
Havertz as well.
Havertz, I can see. But with Werner, I feel like he's a bit like the German Dan James, a bit. I don't know, but he's basically Dan James, but the German version, but that can finish.
Yeah.
I don't know, it is not.
So a player that's extremely quick and can finish and has a good touch.
But I'm saying in the Bundesliga,
it's easy.
The way they play,
it's easy, bro, because you're not worried about any other leagues except for Dortmund and Bayern Munich.
No. Do you know Erling Haaland? Erling Haaland, he would have absolutely. He would have been a. He would if he came to United. If Erling Haaland came to United, he would have been a disaster. He would have been horrible.
No.
What?
Out of all club, no. Come on, Bilal, you gotta be serious. If any of the top players coming to United, they're not performing. They're not performing at all.
Erling Haaland is Lukaku. There are strikers.
Oh, he's doing that again. He's doing that again from last season. Oh my days.
Have you seen how Haaland plays? Bilal can back me up. How does Haaland play? What's Haaland's playing style? What's his playing style, Haaland?
I haven't. But this is the thing. I haven't spoken to you about Lukaku before. So you didn't rate Lukaku at United?
I rate Lukaku in the correct system.
I love
it. No. Lukaku, if you get wingers, fullbacks that can cross, and players that can play balls in through behind. Perfect striker. But at United, he was playing behind him. It was Sanchez, Lingard, Rashford, Martial. They're not players that can supply Lukaku. And our fullbacks, Antonio Valencia and Ashley Young. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't put a player like that into a team like that and expect him to play.
So what I'm saying is with Haaland, do you think Haaland would have died at United? He would have failed at United.
Yeah, he does.
Right now?
right now, if Haaland, no, before, like in the summer transfer, like before the season started, if Erling Haaland played striker right now against Tottenham, would he have scored the amount of goals and played well?
No.
Nah.
Because Haaland thrives off balls in behind.
But right
And
now,
like crossing.
but right now you're talking about a Man United team that's spiraling. If you're talking about a team that's actually set up properly, if Solskjaer wasn't the manager, or even if he came in.
Yeah, he would perform.
No, but with Haaland, look at our team. Do we cross? Are we a crossing team? Yes or no?
No.
Are we a team that loves to supply the striker, like a creative chance after chance after chance?
No, but that's the thing.
In the Premier League, and also in the Premier League, do we play a high line? In Premier League, you have Burnley, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, who are not giving spacing behind. And Lukaku was exposed in the Premier League because when teams sit back and there's no crossing out wide, he is like, what am I doing here? He's like, there's no service, no space. I'm clueless. But in Italy, in Bundesliga, there's like, I don't know. It's just like, that's what I think personally.
But that's not all it is. It's not just the team sits back. Oh, what do I do? That's like it's like I'm in jail.
Lukaku was a bit like that. Lukaku was a bit clueless. Like his first touch, everything was like off.
No. I disagree completely. Well, Lukaku is a very intelligent footballer, but you can't just stick him up front. You can't stick him up front and think, let's just.
No, but Lukaku.
Wait, let him talk. You talk. You had to say.
Lukaku's got a similar problem to Pogba in terms of their physicality, what they actually look like. People think that determines their play style. It doesn't work like that at all. Pogba 6'2", plays like a 5'10".
100%. 100%.
Lukaku's big. Yeah, he's strong, but he's very quick. Yeah, so he's strong, but he's very quick. He's a bit big, but he's not reliant on headers. You put Lukaku in a 3-5-2 in the Premier League, banging goals in.
He would, but I'm saying like if Conte.
Like how we have Martinez at Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Like partner like that, banging in goals. You have to put like that in the right system. When he was at Everton, he had Kevin Morales.
Oh, yeah, everyone. He has Circus assisting him and all that.
They're not even amazing footballers. You just need someone to supplement a player like that. Lautaro obviously is a fantastic. Do
you think Haaland and Lukaku in this team right now with Bruno Fernandes moving to the club, would they perform behind Bruno?
Who?
Lukaku and Haaland.
With it, bruh, 100%. You have a 3-5-2 with Haaland and Lukaku.
Yeah.
Bruh, we're talking about 40.
No. Wait, are you saying playing together?
No, not playing together. If they one of them stayed or one of them moved.
I'll give you. If Conte was the manager of United today, and we have Lukaku. Yeah. Lukaku would have been a 20 plus goal scorer for United every season. He would. Ole could not coach a 5-3-2 with Lukaku. He can't coach that. He doesn't have the. He can't coach that properly, in my opinion.
Let me just say, if the solution to every loss is you need to bring in players, then the coach is the problem.
Yeah, of course.
Because that can't be the solution to everything. When Liverpool were, building under Klopp, okay, you can say first year, bring in a couple of players.
Yeah.
But then everything after that, Klopp would say, I take this one on the chest. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
My system.
It takes the responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, my system's still, developing.
Yeah.
Guardiola first season, Guardiola had teething problems. That's first season.
Fullbacks, everything. Yeah.
It wasn't completely his team. He tried Claudio Bravo, it didn't work out. Next season, got rid of him, brought in the players he needed, and he won the league with 100 points the next season. If you're looking at a team right now, Solskjaer is in his third season, not his second full season, but his third season.
Yeah.
All right. He's got this is his team. Right? You cannot tell me now signings, bring in this player, bring in that player, and he'll improve them or they'll improve the team. If the solution to every problem is bring in players, then the manager is the problem. Yeah. Until Manchester United have a world-class manager, I'm talking Pochettino, Allegri, someone like that.
Yeah.
Then Man United won't be anywhere near the top.
Yeah. Back to your point about
the only reason why Manchester United finished in the top 4 last season was by process of elimination. Every other team dropped off.
They were crap. Yeah,
every other team dropped off, and we limped over the line. Even people say we finished the season well. We had probably 5 games, maybe 4 games after lockdown where we were fantastic. That game against Brighton, and by the way, every game that we're fantastic, that Manchester United play well in, is a game where they score first.
Yeah.
If United concede first, just watch what happens.
We're confused. We're lost.
Well.
We're
Alright,
lost.
we move on from Man United.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Back to the last point about like how people equate how you look to how you play. You know that point you said like Pogba is like 6'3", right?
Yeah.
It's true, I think.
Basically,
yeah, but he's 5'10", 5'9".
Yeah. And the media, if you look at the English media, they're always like, oh, Pogba should be, lung busting runs into the box, and he should be using his physical power, but
he should be a number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6, but because they look at him, oh, he's African, oh, he's 6'3", he's a DM. That's their theme. That's basically their theme, basically. Like Patrick Vieira, oh, he's African, he's big, he's 6'3", powerful, or play, but he's not. He's not that kind of player. And Lukaku, he's not a target man. Lukaku's not a target man. He plays like a small forward, basically. Lukaku.
He can hold the ball up,
but he's not good at it. That's his best strength.
Yeah, it's not his strength.
Yeah.
I know you want to move on, Ahmed, but can I just touch on Chelsea's midfield?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You kind of brushed past them earlier. There's a very, very good chance that if Lampard actually manages to get his stuff together, that front four of Havertz, Werner, Pulisic on one side, Ziyech on the other, can be the most dangerous attack in the league.
Of course, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
I see that attack, and I just see numbers, bro. Like I see them doing numbers, like just bang. And with Jorginho and Kante holding,
they said, yeah, of course.
I don't see a better midfield attack in the league.
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, right now Lampard's not performing. He's still trying to figure out what do I need to add to those players to perform well in the system.
I'll tell you what Lampard is like. Lampard is like a chemist or someone in a chemistry lab, just kind of adding different materials and just seeing like what comes out of the little.
Yeah. But do you think that's bad?
Yes.
Yes. Too many
options. Should have done that. Should have done that in
preseason.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Yeah.
The options aren't bad. The options are fantastic. Every manager wants those.
Now let's be honest. He should have figured out in that preseason.
But is Lampard smart enough to have all these equipment, all these beautiful shiny new toys? Does he know how to formulate a team consistently? Because he keeps chopping and changing. 4-4-2, 4-3-3. Werner on the left. Werner with Giroud. Havertz in the Sam. Havertz playing right. It's too it's not option. It's too confusing, personally, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lampard is not proven, but he's also not disproven.
Yeah.
So he's not. He's in a similar boat to Oli, but Oli's had a lot longer.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot, but about 8 months longer. And Solskjaer had the materials at his disposal for longer.
Yeah.
So Lampard last season, in my opinion, did a fantastic job getting top with Chelsea. I had them finishing 6th last season, and I was being kind. I thought they would struggle.
Yeah. Everyone did. Yeah.
If you look at the Chelsea team now, and imagine just in your mind that Havertz gets injured, Werner gets injured, Ziyech gets injured, and you're thinking, "God, they're going to be in trouble." But that was their team last season.
They could just go back to the old ways, the way they started under Lampard, yeah.
He actually got top 4 with that team last season. My issue is, will he actually be able to get the best out of the elite players?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Havertz and Werner are elite just yet, but they're top class and they're heading in that direction. And Ziyech is absolute.
Ziyech, I can't wait for him to perform. I can't wait.
Ziyech, I would rather have Ziyech at right wing at United than Sancho.
Because he can put in mean crosses.
Here and now, in the here and now.
I want to ask you guys: do you think Chilwell will become the second best left back in the league, or is he the second best left back in the league? Chilwell
overrated.
Really? That's interesting with Chilwell. He cops a lot of flack, man.
I don't like him.
I feel like he cops way too much flack, man.
Really?
He was really good at Leicester. I don't see any reason to discredit him.
A lot of Leicester fans were kind of a bit. I don't know. They were.
Look. Leicester did well to get as much money as they did for him.
And they did.
And Maguire,
Yeah.
But the thing is, at least Leicester they're smart with their business, bro. When they sell Mahrez, Kante, Chilwell,
Leicester
Maguire. Oh my days, 80 mil.
Leicester were like United. Hey, how much Maguire? 80 mils? We'll pay 80 mils. People are absolutely stupid. No worry, thank you for the deal.
Yeah, more than Van Dijk. More than Van Dijk, bro. Oh my, they paid more.
ATMs. All right, but back to Chilwell.
But
Crazy,
Chilwell, look, let's just keep United out of this for now. Chilwell, I think, performed very well last season, and not only that, but when he was injured, I know he wasn't the only injury. They had Ndidi out, Madison out. But when he was out in that period, that's when they dropped off.
Yeah.
I don't think he's world class or anything, but
No.
I think he's very, very good and used correctly, used in the right system. Like Chelsea's system, they've got Jorginho and Kante holding, and if they get their centre backs in order, imagine Reece James and Chilwell on each wing. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
with Pulisic and Ziyech cutting inside.
Yeah.
Sounds like a deadly team. Obviously, sounds a bit like a game of FIFA, but still.
Yeah.
I feel like
ideally you'd have one more defensive fullback than the other.
Obviously, yeah. But I feel like look, Chelsea has the defense, but I think the problem is the centre backs because they have Tomori, Zuma, Thiago Silva, which can coach both of these players to become their best. But I feel like Thiago in that last game, because before that game when he played against West Brom, horrendous game. And I feel like he's tarnishing a little.
It wasn't that bad against West Brom.
Who was the only reason that conceded?
It was that mistake that made it look worse. But it wasn't bad the whole game.
It's just a slip, man. Like I wish Harry Maguire's biggest problem was that he slipped. And I said we'd leave United out.
We can't do that. It's toxic, bro. Hey, Bilal, it's toxic. We can't leave it, bro. It's toxic. We can't avoid it.
Like Thiago Silva slipped, bro. And we live in an age of memes. So as soon as someone slips, it's like, damn, bro, what a shocking debut,
Yeah, well, I think Thiago has the potential to coach. I feel like he's more like there to show the defenders how it's done.
Thiago Silva, let's not get it twisted, one of the best centre backs.
Of course.
Yeah. Him, Ramos, PK over the last 10 years. And Chiellini.
I brought in this guy, and he's phenomenal. So, although he's 36, he comes into this team, and he's not going to make them worse.
No.
All right. So, if anything, like you said, he's going to develop. He's going to help the other centre backs.
Of course, yeah.
You've got Zuma, you mentioned, who I rate.
What about Christian? Do you rate Christian?
Christensen, I don't rate.
John Stones, Lindelof, and Andres, the same. They belong in that. It's like a special group of defenders who are not physically very powerful, who are very weak on the ball, and I don't know. They're in that same category. Christensen, Stones, and Lindelof. They're like the same.
I know. One thing that surprised me is that Zuma, ever since he was Chelsea, he's been passed off to any club, Stoke City, this club. That club, and for some reason Lampard straight away is like, "Nah, you're not going anywhere. You're staying and playing for me." At the same time, he can't do anything because he didn't have any transfer market to buy players. But
I don't think he's been passed off. I think he's just developed. To be honest, he's still relatively young, and his defensive awareness has become better the more games he's played. You have to realize players like Zuma that come through the academy when they're playing academy football, they're not faced with anything close to the attacking threat that they're going to face at senior.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
If he goes out on loan to Stoke, goes out on loan to, I can't remember who else. Where else did he go? West Ham or something?
I can't remember where he went. Yeah, somewhere in one of those bottom 6 leagues. Yeah.
I remember him being at Stoke.
Everton.
Yes, he did go to Everton. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah.
The more games you play at senior level, the higher your defensive awareness is going to get. And just a better defender overall you're going to be. So when you look at him now, it's not all of a sudden, this guy's good.
He's a decent defender.
Why they passed him up? I think he's developed and he's become a pretty solid centre half. And
Rudiger, he's taken Rudiger out of the team.
Look, I've not seen Rudiger
play in a bit.
I've not seen him play as much, but
I've
got a mate who watches every minute of every Chelsea game, and he can't stand him. Like he says,
he has low IQ. He looks like he has low IQ kind of. He's like he has low IQ, so he doesn't know. He's a bit like a very reactive defender, where his position is kind of poor. Is that kind of defender? A little bit like that.
I'm not sure what I think of Rudiger. I think he's not awful, but he's not. Great.
Yeah.
So he's one of the players where you can improve on.
I want to ask you guys. Bakayoko is back in the Chelsea team. Do you think Lampard? Yeah, apparently. I think I got loaned out again. Okay, I thought he was still there. But do you think Mendy will become the #1 keeper for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's not. I can be goalkeeper, alright? It's all good, alright?
No, you know why? Because I just saw a meme just like yesterday where Kepa hasn't conceded any goals, but Adrian did, and De Gea did.
Alright, hey.
Just to wrap it up, just before we wrap it up,
yeah.
I want to just let's move on to Arsenal signing Partey. Do you think they've boosted their squad with the signing of Partey?
Definitely.
And
Partey walks into every Premier League team except for Liverpool.
yeah, of course, yeah. I think he's gonna perform really well because now they have a holding midfielder where now like the Ceballos and Xhaka can move up and he can be the one to just control that midfield. We're not cutting those passes and just man marking everyone.
I think he plays instead of Xhaka, to be honest.
Yeah. Because Arsenal still do need a playmaker, and that's Ceballos is the one can provide that for the front three.
They like creativity a little bit. They like creativity at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But Arsenal are becoming more defensively more solid now.
Yeah.
They're getting a bit more solid.
Yeah. When Socrates comes back from injury, which will be
he's not playing anymore. He's gone. No.
Nah?
He's finished, bro.
Oh, Socrates.
Yeah, he's finished.
Oh yeah, Socrates is a liability. They tried to get
finished.
Really?
He's done.
I would have thought David Luiz is more liability than Socrates.
He is, but I said it's not. I don't think he'll play him anymore. Gabriel and I think like
Luiz. Yeah, or Holding. Rob Holding.
Yeah.
But what about Mass? Yeah, you want to say? Yeah.
I was gonna say they play back three with Holding. Luiz, Gabriel at the moment. Or Tierney as well. So yeah, I think they're pretty sorted. I don't know. Arteta likes Luiz. He brings a lot in terms of the stuff that we don't see. So the leadership, he's very vocal. And in the back three, I think is good.
Yeah.
He gets exposed a lot, and again with the memes, he's fantastic.
Yeah, but they're not as bad as Man United. Anyway, move on to Man City and the replacement for Vincent Kompany, Ruben Diaz. You guys know anything about him or how he's gonna perform?
I know a little bit based on his performances for Portugal. He played in the Nations League last year. He was a fringe player when they were in the World Cup and Euros before that. So I didn't see too much of him, and I don't watch Portugal League. So. Do
you think Man City did some good signing? Because I think they only made one signing this year, and that's Ruben Diaz.
Ake.
And Torres and Ake as well.
I think Ferran Torres is a very good sign.
Yeah.
He's a bit like Sane. A bit like a very direct winger.
Yeah.
I think he's a very, very good signing. He's one of those players that 21 million, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
We signed that 30 million.
So what about Ake? Do you think he will perform and become a top class centre back in Ake? Ake, would it be a top class centre back? Like potential to be a Gomez in the Man City team.
I like Ake. I really like Ake. I've always rated him. He's versatile as well, so he can play left back. For 50 mil, was it 60 mil they paid? 50 mil.
50, yeah.
I wouldn't have paid that much for it, but
That's Man City. What do you expect?
I'd want to see him. I'd want to see him play more consistently in the Premier League for like an Everton or a Wolves, a side like that. I think if you saw him, play very well consistently.
I think
I just don't get 50 mil for a defender that's just been relegated. I mean,
yeah.
Based off the goals you can see, so if they've been relegated.
If anyone has a better deal, it was Bournemouth.
But the thing is, with Ake, he's a good defender, but he's not the defender to revolutionize a backline. He's not. He's a multifunctional utility player that you can play different positions. Basically, he's not like the kind.
Like I said, he'd be like a Joe Gomez. He's not going to be a Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah. But the thing is,
lead the defense.
And one more thing is Pep on forward watch. I am, because you know why?
On what, sorry?
Forward watch.
On forward watch. It's a new term. Forward watch. All right. It's basically a list.
No,
Huh?
Nah.
You know why? Can I say something? City's form has kind of dropped off.
Since that Leicester game.
When Kompany.
Since Leicester game. That
No,
Leicester game.
But also, if you think about it, look back at Pep's transfer history. If you look at the players that has made Pep City's team really good and like top level, Kompany, Aguero, David Silva, Raheem Sterling, all these players were signed not by him. If you actually look at Pep's transfer signings of overall, Kyle Walker and maybe Bernardo Silva are like your standout. They've like changed. They've like improved the team, but I don't know. I just think that also the players kind of bored of him a little bit.
I can't.
Because Pep's so intense. Pep's very intense. His coaching, his detail attention is so like specific. Like I feel like players after they're like, I'm bored now. You know, they're just
I wouldn't say bored. I'd say tired maybe.
Tired, yeah, they're exhausted. Pep's coaching. It's exhausting. It's
I think I think Pep's
you have to be like a high IQ player to play in Pep's system.
I believe this is his last season. I believe this might be his last season before he goes to the Italian league and coaches Juventus.
And also, it's the longest he's been at a club. It's like 5 years now, right? Almost 5 years. So I'm like, I think he's
never been anywhere longer than 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, I think his next stop is to Juventus.
And the Champions League. If he leaves with a Champions League, he's on fraud watch forever. I don't care. Bayern Munich and Man City.
That's true. That's true. No. That's gotta be true.
Bayern Munich and Man City. Bayern Munich. He took over. He took over Bayern Munich after winning the Champions League, and then he took them to 3 consecutive semi-finals without winning the Champions League. He left. He came to City. He's been in 4 Champions League quarterfinals. Hasn't even made the semi-final final, and he's going after teams like Monaco, Lyon, Liverpool, Spurs. That's embarrassing. I get it. Coach Pep is a great coach. Centurions, 100 points, back-to-back Premier titles, but that Champions League is without Messi. I don't know. It's a bit suspect.
Alright, but let's look at that. You're saying fraud though.
Honestly, look. He was able to win the Champions League with Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Why can't he do it with Man City? It's the same powerhouse.
Bayern Munich was a failure. He was a failure. He failed.
I know, but look, but it's a powerhouse. Like he has everything they need. What is he doing?
Everything, money. And Bayern Munich, he had a team that won the Champions League before he came in, and then they didn't even go to the final. That's embarrassing. You know?
Can I say if you put Guardiola in charge of, I don't know, West Ham.
Good luck.
For example, it's
good luck.
Yeah, he's the type of manager that is able to manage top class players, and he's also a phenomenal training ground coach.
Yes.
So when I look at Guardiola, I see probably him and Klopp, the most complete football managers.
Yeah.
Because they can manage top class players, which is very, very difficult. I've coached at a very low level, and managing players is like almost as difficult as actually coming up with tactics to win a game, because players have, each player has their own ego. Each player, has their own frailties. So like you might not be able to, yell at one player where you can give it to someone else. I remember there's a story about Sir Alex Ferguson where one time Nani was having a terrible game. He was giving the ball away. He was doing tricks, this and that. But Nani's like a kind of player who was very fragile, and Rooney was playing well. He was playing okay, and so Alex wanted to have a go at Rooney. He wanted to have a go at Nani, but he knew he couldn't because fantastic man manager that he is. He knows his players and their emotions. So he just starts bollocking Rooney. He goes, "You've given the ball away, messing around on the wing." Mind you, Rooney's not been on the wing all game. Messing around on the wing, giving the ball away, doing this, doing tricks, and Rooney's thinking, "What, me?" And he's having to go back at himself.
And Rooney's the kind of player you don't want to mess with. Rooney is an absolute, he's a madman. Rooney, he's a bull, bro.
Thinking, what the hell? I've done those things too. So if he's having a go at him, he's probably having a go at me as well. But you don't, go directly at the player. So
psychology. It's psychology.
Yeah, the actual man management is just as difficult. When you look at both Pep and Klopp, I find it very hard to separate them because if you kind of if you put a gun to my head and you say which manager do you think is better, I'll say Klopp just
because
he's taken over teams like Dortmund, like Liverpool, and taken them to the top when they were previously 4th or 5th best teams in the league. Before Klopp's Dortmund were nothing to be feared.
Yeah.
They were just an average team, maybe challenging for Champions League here and there. Before Klopp came to Liverpool, laughing stock, absolute laughing stock. Rodgers took him pretty close to the title.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Liverpool before Klopp were a disaster.
Yeah,
they were like United a little bit.
Under Rodgers, they were good, came close to the title. But even that season, it wouldn't have been a march to the title. Like they were really, really good, but other teams dropped off as well.
Yeah.
Klopp's taken them and made them a team that when I see Liverpool on the fixture list, I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah, like
the thing with Pep is that Pep he needs like shiny new toys and players that are world class. He can't coach Jota. Pep would have signed Jota. Pep wouldn't have signed, for example, Mane, because I don't think he would sign Mane.
Or even Salah.
He wouldn't play Henderson.
He wouldn't
make Henderson to a good player. He would make Wijnaldum into a top player. He wouldn't make he doesn't have that kind of ability to do that. Pep needs players that are already world class to come in.
That's true. Pep needs open checkbook.
Yeah.
He needs to be at a top club, and he needs players that can implement his system based on.
But there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Already, in terms of systems, what I'm saying is he's top class. In terms of actually coaching players and making them that much better, I've not seen many cases of him actually improving players to that level.
Sterling is the only player that I see he improved at City. Sterling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Everyone else is like, yeah. So.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, so is Pep on fourth watch though, Bilal?
Nah.
A little bit. It's a little bit.
If he doesn't win the Champions League with Man City, if he doesn't win the Champions League with Man City, is he on fourth watch?
I don't know what you mean by I don't know.
I'll tell you what. No. Do you know why? I think Pep. The reason why Pep failed in Champions League is because he's tactically a very good coach, but when it comes to versing other teams who are tactically very smart, he kind of overthinks it, and he kind of like he gets like stumbled up, he gets a bit confused, and I think
he does overthink. Yeah, he does overthink. But
yeah, a little bit.
If you're talking about has he been a success at Man City if he doesn't win the Champions League, answer simply no. Because if he didn't come to City and they continued and signed another fairly good manager, say they brought Pochettino in or they brought Allegri, they still would have won the Premier League twice in his
yeah.
Fair.
No, it was a team with Man City. It's easy. It was a team with Man City. Was easy. Yeah.
They were already on that trajectory, and not just on that trajectory. They had won the league.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times before he came in. 3 times it was before he came in. So he's only gone and added 2 more league titles. It's like if someone came in, after Klopp leaves Liverpool, wins the league, and then does nothing else. Doesn't reach those heights that Klopp
again. Yeah.
So City didn't have a Champions League win, and hopefully they never will.
But the thing is, right, Klopp has taken Liverpool to the Champions League twice, back to back, and was able to win at least one of the final, which is interesting because Pep has been that club before even Klopp was there, and like you would think him winning back to back, it's time for him to win the Champions League, but no, but somehow Jurgen Klopp went to back and able to win the Champions League, and obviously now the Premier League, because that's why Jurgen Klopp is one step ahead of him in becoming a successful manager.
And one thing, Klopp.
I'll put Klopp over there. I'd even put Marcelo Bielsa over Pep, to be honest.
Who?
Marcelo Bielsa.
Bielsa as well, yeah.
Isn't Bielsa like the pioneer? Like Pochettino, Simeone, Pep, they kind of looked upon Bielsa's system and his tactics and his kind of philosophy a little bit. Like.
Exactly, exactly. Now, but that's what I'm saying. Like Bielsa's, half of Leeds' teams are Championship players, or 80% of them are Championship players, and look what they're doing in the Premier League. So if you got a coach that can take players like that, this is the thing. We started the show talking about Solskjaer and how we can't make the most out of great players, or not great players, but very very good players. And we've ended it talking about a coach in Klopp and a coach in Bielsa who make the most out of.
Do you think? I believe.
Is Bielsa a winner? Is he a winner?
Of course, yeah. Of course, he does.
Really?
He's not lose.
He's a good coach. But I need a combo: a good coach plus a winner. They have the winning mentality.
Yeah.
I feel like with Bielsa, he hasn't won a trophy in like.
He doesn't. He's not. Yeah, but that's like I get what you mean. He's not.
And United, we at Champions League, only Champions League, Premier League. He can coach a team well, but can he take them to a Premier League title, a Champions League? Can he lead them?
Look at the teams he's coached. He's never been at a job where they're expected to win things. He's been at Bilbao. He's coached Chile. If he was expecting to win trophies, challenge for titles, he'd be at at Man City or Liverpool instead of a Leeds. he'd be managing Brazil or Argentina instead of Chile.
Yeah,
he'd be managing Real Madrid or Barcelona instead of Bilbao.
I believe that Bielsa is like when Wolves came into the league and just surprised everyone. Like, and when Leicester came into the league and surprised everyone.
Wolves,
and when Ranieri came in, that's what I say.
Wolves have good players. Wolves have Moutinho, Neves, Traore, Jimenez. I feel like people overrate Wolves a little bit.
You're talking about players that have improved other than Nuno Espirito Santo, and he's a manager that I would take in a heartbeat at United.
Really? I don't know about that.
I would take him in a heartbeat, bro. I'm not even. I'm like, if obviously if it was between him and Pochettino, I'll take Pochettino, but I would take probably 17 or 18 out of the managers in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah. Anyways,
everyone except for probably Scott Parker and West Brom's manager.
So.
Oh yeah, Bilic. No, Bilic is a better manager than Ole.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, so that's the wrap up on the transfer market, and that was a very interesting conversation.
How long was that? Like 2 hours?
At least 1 hour and a half. But anyway, that half an hour is gonna be cut out for the transfer market video. But I want to thank you, Bilal Ali, for coming onto the show, giving us your opinion and your, I know you feel sad about United. You have hopes again. I'm not sure, but we'll move on from there. Liverpool needs to bounce back. Arsenal, Tottenham, they're back in the league. Chelsea, they're still figuring it out. Man City, I have no idea where they are. I'm sleeping. But the transfer market's been hectic because we wrapped it up. But thank you guys for watching. I want you guys to give it a like, subscribe, share the video around, and follow Bilal Ali's socials and see what he has produced on his channel or his podcast as well. And so yeah, thank you, Bilal. Anything you want to end?
As much as it's tragic what's happening at United, I love football more than just Man United. More than I love just my club. So yeah, as long as the Premier League keeps putting up results like how it has been, I'll enjoy the season for what it is and try not to lose too much sleep.
Yeah, but I think the lack of fans is causing the craziness. I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously fans being back in stadiums as soon as possible is ideal. But yeah, we can't have everything, unfortunately.
Yeah. In a bit. Alright, see ya.
Skills, and I just showed the skills. Gave a D, and it just gave her chills. Say she bad, I was like, oh for real? Arch your back, baby girl, hold it still. Skills, and I just showed the skills.